Back with Bobby and JJ Radio. Today you are listening to me and Robby. No Bobby and JJ. We're going to be talking to Melinda Hipp of VanDyk Mortgage. And what are we talking about today, Robby?
Well, today we're talking about reverse mortgages. I'm in the credit industry, and so I'm always kind of seeing what's out there when it comes to people refinancing their homes or interest rates. But what I've been seeing a lot of on radio and TV is reverse mortgages, and I just wanted to find out a little bit about what it was and how it helps people out. And so we're here with Melinda Hipp with VanDyk Mortgage to tell us about that.
Sure. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right.
You want me to just jump in here?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, reverse mortgages, as most people probably have seen the commercials, the same ones that you're seeing.
Uh-huh.
And reverse mortgages are a special product, very special, not for every single person, but for a lot of folks can be very good financial tool to help them in planning for their later years in life. So whether you're someone who has a good financial plan and you already have some savings, it still may be an additional aspect that you want to look at. Or for some people who might want to pay their mortgage off now so they have no mortgage payment in their later years and just get a little bit better cash flow. So it's designed for homeowners that are 62 or older, and you can utilize it as long as you have enough equity in the house. And there's a real fancy formula based on your age that we have to use, so it's not real easy for the public to just kind of calculate.
But you don't. But your house doesn't have to be paid off completely.
That's correct.
Okay,
yeah.
So as long as you have a certain amount of equity in it, then you could get qualified for the reverse mortgage.
Correct. It's a sliding scale from 62 to 90.
All right.
And the older you are, the more you would qualify for. So if you have a little bit more equity at an early age, that's easier to pay off.
Okay.
If you have less equity at an older age, which we hope people don't have, but some do, then the older you are, then you can pay that off a little easier.
With reverse mortgages, I've also heard that you're able to use it to buy a home.
That's correct.
That's also
so
an option, right?
a perfect scenario in using a reverse mortgage to buy a home is somebody who's downsizing. They've outlived the two-story humongous house. The kids don't come. They're out of state. Maybe they come once a year. So they want to downsize. They want to look for something that's less costly. They want to look for somebody that's less work, less yard work, less housework, easier to get in and out of. So we take the equity they have in the current home that they're going to sell, and they maybe only have to use half of that to put down on a home with a reverse mortgage, and they'll finance the rest with no monthly payment.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they can use it for another home, or they can receive just a monthly income from
Correct. Exactly. Not when they're purchasing a home,
Right.
but if they're refinancing a home that they have, yes.
Is it the same qualifications to use this to buy a home as, say, a FHA or conventional loan?
Okay, here is the big difference between a standard or what we call forward mortgage versus a reverse mortgage. So while it's not credit score based, so we're not going to really look at their credit score, but we are going to look at their credit history, and we are going to look at their total debts and their total income. So what we want to do is make sure that getting the reverse mortgage is not going to keep them from paying their taxes and their insurance or their mandatory obligations, as we call them, in the future for the rest of their life. So if somebody is already struggling and we get them the reverse mortgage, we want to make sure that that is going to help them with that particular struggling situation. Now, we're not going to turn anybody down if they don't meet the qualifications that we do on a reverse mortgage, but we may choose to set aside part of their proceeds and assist them with paying those taxes and insurance in the future. And that's going to be up to the lender to decide.
Okay. And if somebody out there, wants to talk to you about it, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Well, the best way is to either call my office directly at 210-493-7332 or go to my website, which is www.texasreverse.net.
Okay, and they can fill out a contact form there, or
yes,
give you a call?
they can put a scenario in, and we can then go ahead and run some numbers for them and have it ready for them.
Okay, and if they do, if they contact you and everything looks good, how long does the process normally take?
Well, it's really going to depend. If somebody's been in their house for many, many years, it could have title issues, appraisal issues, repair issues. But if somebody's going to purchase a home, you can give it about typically 4 to 5 weeks.
Okay.
On a refinance, I'd give it about 5 weeks.
Right. And it doesn't cost anything for them to call you
No,
or
nothing
contact
at
you.
all.
Right.
No.
Okay. So
No.
if they want to talk to you, you want to hear from them.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that sounds really, really good. That's a lot of good stuff.
To schedule something to meet with Melinda Hip at VanDyk Mortgage, call her at 210-493-7332, or you can go to our website at texasreverse.net.